Here at CBS, spring also means March Madness. I love the name March Madness. I'm glad the PC police haven't made us change March Madness to early spring psychosis. That is Craig Ferguson. I'm Justin, jersey number 14.
And I'm Corey, jersey number 72. Let us know your jersey number or the jersey number of someone you hate in the comment section below.
That's right.
And we will respond. For example, for me, someone I hate. It's number 15, Patrick Mahomes.
It's got to go down every week.
Every week.
It has
every
to
week.
be out there.
Yes.
Jersey number 14, like for real. Like
Hey!
not even rocking somebody who's on the squad anymore.
Yeah. Well, but it's still 14. It's for serious.
And I wanted to point this out, or we talked about this just before going on. We've talked about this a lot. If you would have told me literally like a month and a half ago, maybe, hey, man, you're going to be excited to see a Nashville Predators sweater in the mail, I would have laughed in your face.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
This is probably the biggest swing from hate to love I've ever done in a hockey sweater.
Yeah, because I hate that color. Still.
Yeah.
In a nutshell. But it's like on the sweater, though, after being there, I'm like, man, it just works.
It just works. And then, like, and I'd always been all about, hey, why don't they switch to the blue? And I love the blue, but the blue is such a great accent to the yellow.
Yes, it is, dude. And the numbers look better as blue, and you couldn't have the blue numbers if the sweater's blue. So it makes sense, man.
So very geeked that my Ekholm arrived. I know he's not on the squad anymore, but very excited. It's Gear Madness, man.
Yeah.
And so the March Madness brackets officially dropped yesterday.
Yep.
We were talking just before we went on, and this is more for audio folk than video folk. Although now full episodes of the pod are going back on YouTube. So you can subscribe there.
Everybody.
Man, I don't know how anybody feels about these, the Gear Madness, like as an episode.
Yeah.
But
voting's always solid.
Yeah.
It's just,
I don't know how people feel about listening to it, but I'm telling you, man, like there is very few things as fun as these episodes.
So this is our third one, and this is easily like on the Rushmore of like favorite episodes we do every year.
Yes.
I love this shit, and I get more geeked for this than I do actual March Madness. Legitimately, dude. And it's everybody loves to vote. Yep. And see how it turns out and see who the winner is and sees, the bracket, obviously. But now you get to see how the sausage is made.
Right.
And I love putting this shit together, dude.
I mean, because there's this part where we're going to go over, which teams we think should be in, right? Mm-hmm. And then I didn't see this coming, but that first year I knew we were onto something when we started seeding.
Yes. And
it's just like... Oh my God, this is fun.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the seating is a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
It is,
well, because, we're at a place where, like, what we're doing, it's more about the matchup. I mean, there's some that are like, no, that's definitely a 1 seed.
Right.
That's definitely a 16 seed. But then there's some that are like, that 8-9 range, that 7-10 range.
Yeah.
That you're like, well, let's just put it together via the matchup.
Yeah, what's the difference between making, somebody the 7 or the 9 seed? Mm-hmm. You might as well get the better matchup out of it.
Yeah. And so that's really what goes down here. So I apologize if this is not something you're into, but
we hope you stay anyway.
Yeah, because we be loving this stuff.
Yeah.
So this year we made the audible. You texted me earlier today and went, "Hey man, how about fuck home uniforms? Let's go with defunct squads."
5 hours ago, I was like, "Hey, you wanna?"
And I wanted to resist because I had already had home squads. And I'll say this:
me too.
I had the Preds on my home.
I also
bracket.
worked them in.
But there's some of these squads, because we didn't do throwbacks this year.
Yeah.
That weren't going to be in this tournament, and it's like, well, this is a way to get them back in.
Yeah, it's a whole bracket of throwbacks, kind of. Yeah.
In a sense, yeah. So we went with reverse retros, and we went 2.0.
Yes.
We've got thirds and alts, and then we've got spring summer, which is like the XFL, USFL, PBLA, and MLS.
Yep.
All included in there. And then defunct squads. Do you have a preference of which bracket you want to start with?
So I did reverse retro first because
So did
pucks, alternate, spring, summer, and then defunct.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
The same
Okay,
order.
we can do that order then because I was going to say it makes sense to start with pucks though.
I did try my damnedest to not let hockey invade too far into the other brackets, but I did not succeed. There's definitely plenty of hockey throughout all of them.
Same. I'm pretty hockey heavy.
All right. I sort of seeded them like the way I think it could go, but like obviously I'm open to argument.
Yeah, I went ahead and seeded them too just for the hell of it, but I'm not, it's a discussion.
Who do you got at 1?
Florida Panthers.
Oh, okay. I've got them at 4, but like they have to be 1 through 4.
They're definitely up there.
No lower than 4 for sure.
No, not at all.
All right, so the Panthers are in. We'll seed them once we get there.
Yep.
I've got the Golden Knights at 1.
I've got them at 3.
Okay, so they're same situation. They can't be any lower than 4.
No, not at all.
Who you got next?
I've got the Sharks at 2.
Same
Okay.
exact. So I think the Sharks are going to be the 2 seed.
Yep.
So the Sharks are at 2. I've got the Wild at 3.
I've got them at 6.
Okay.
But I've got them.
I think so. They're in. We can discuss where they land up. I think that might end up being a matchup thing.
Yep.
I love the Wild sweater, but they have to be top. The only thing I think is they have to be top half.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
it's
like,
North Stars.
Anywhere lower than 8, we're wrong.
Right. No, they're going to be 1 through 8 for sure. Okay, so you went Wild. I've got Arizona at 4.
I've got them at 8.
Okay.
So again, like top 8. I've got the Habs at 5.
Okay, I've got them at 9.
Okay. So again, they can go anywhere.
Got the Kings at 5.
I've got them at 11. I think I almost bumped the Kings out, but I'll tell you why. Because there was another sweater I didn't know existed that I was going to put in the thirds alts.
Okay.
I was playing NHL this weekend, and the devs played the Kings, and there's a sweater that is like the Gretzky's, like the gray with like silver at the bottom.
Yep.
And they wear the silver lid.
Yeah,
dude.
like, I remember when they wore those, and I actually forgot about those until you mentioned them, but they are fucking great, dude.
I almost bumped the Kings out of reverse retro for that. But.
Yeah, dude. I even love they wear them now with the chrome lid.
Exactly.
The chrome lid at first, I was like, what the fuck?
Out. But
it's grown on me, dude.
Yeah, it looks nice with the silver at the bottom.
Yeah, dude.
All right. At 6, I've got the Jets.
I've got them at 16.
Okay.
But they made it.
Okay. So that'll just be a seeding question.
I've got the Blues at 7.
I got the Blues at 15.
Okay.
But I think that's just where I had a free spot.
Right.
I've got the Ducks at 7.
I've got them at 12.
Okay, so they're in. So far, like, we've got the teams.
Yes.
All right.
You went to. I've got the Canucks at 8.
Oh, cool. I got the Canucks at 16.
Okay. That thing's grown on me, man. At first, I was like, the fuck?
Yeah. Johnny Canuck, he's kind of cool.
Yeah. No, I'm like, I like
you.
him. Yeah. You're a cool guy.
Here's one I didn't expect to get in. I got the Avs at 9.
They snuck in for me at 14.
Okay, so they're in. All right.
I've got Boston at 10.
I don't have Boston, so that's a conversation.
Yeah, I know I was higher on that than you were.
I don't know if I ended up getting them in.
I'm not dying on a hill for that though.
I was looking at Derpy Bear, and I don't think Derpy Bear made my list in ultimately. At 10, I got the Flyers.
I do not have the Flyers.
Okay, so we'll come back to that.
Where am I? Okay, I've got the Isles at 11.
I got them at 13.
Okay.
So they're in. All right. At 12, I got the Sabres.
I did not have Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
I did not.
So that's a combo.
Kraken at 13.
I don't have the Kraken. I got them elsewhere. Oh, wait. Now I don't have them elsewhere.
I know.
I had them in the home.
I did too. I tried to avoid doubles, but there's like a time or two where it's like I couldn't avoid it.
Yeah. And then my last one, I got the Hurricanes at 14.
Okay. I don't.
Okay.
I've got the Caps at 15.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, we have a conversation of 3. So it's Buffalo, Philly, Carolina, Boston, Seattle, Washington. We get 3 of those. Do you have
Buffalo, Carolina, Flyers?
Well, let me ask you this.
Yep.
Do you have the Flyers elsewhere?
I'm looking.
Or Buffalo elsewhere? Or Carolina elsewhere?
I do have Carolina.
All right, so let's lay Carolina out. Okay.
I don't have the Flyers. I did. I do not have Buffalo.
All right. I don't have any of. Nope. I don't have Boston, Seattle, or Washington elsewhere. Like I said, I didn't have Seattle because I had their home jerseys.
If you want to just nix the Caps, we can. I mean, they barely made it in for me.
Okay, so let's nix the Caps too.
I'm not planting a flag with that shit.
Basically, we have a pick 2 situation: Boston, Seattle, Philly, Buffalo.
Slight bias for me in Philly and Seattle, but
I think we can. I've come a long way on the goat heads, but I almost prefer like the old school goat head versus the team color.
Yeah.
So let's lay down Buffalo too. Let's get them out.
The other thing I was looking at when I was looking at that was why go with white? Like if you would have gone with the team color, go with the blue, it would have looked cooler.
I wonder if that's the plan for next year.
It could be, yeah.
Or the next
round, right.
So I feel like it would be a crime to not have the Kraken somewhere, even though I didn't love their reverse retro.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't love it. Like I mean, V was high on it. Obviously,
Yeah.
I mean they were 13 for me.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like.
So maybe Philly and Seattle.
I'm good with
Around it.
I'm good with it.
All right, so let's seed then. So I'm cool. So basically, top 4 has to be some version of Vegas, San Jose, Minnesota, Florida. Right?
Yeah, you had Minnesota where?
3.
Okay. I had them 6. I say we put Minnesota 4.
Okay, I'm with that.
Because I had Florida 1 and you had Vegas 1. And
Yeah.
we both had the Sharks at 2, so that locks them in at 2.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I'm good with Vegas being 1. I mean, Florida's my 1, but I don't think Florida's that much better than the Vegas ones. I almost put Vegas at 2.
Yeah.
But immediately I was like, it's got to be Florida at 1 for me. But I'm not like, yeah.
It's not like 3 is some awful draw.
Yeah, exactly. It's not offensive. It's not like, oh, they're not 1. Let's bump them down to 10.
Yeah.
So,
right. So check. All right. So now, you had the Blues higher than I did, but like I said, I think that might have just been a slot situation.
yeah. I mean, I've got them at 7.
I had them at 15.
And yeah, that could go either way. We could put them at 8 and I'd be okay, and we could put them at 13 and I'd be okay.
So where did you have the Habs?
I had them at 9. So about middle of the pack.
What do you think about putting them at the 8?
I'm good with that.
Let's put the Habs
I'm good
at
with
the
that.
8. Now, what would be a great matchup for the Habs? Because this is where you do that.
Yeah.
The 8-9 matchup.
Yep.
What would be a cool matchup for them? Somebody that's kind of that middle of the road. I had the Avs at the 9.
That's what I'm looking
I
at.
think you might have had them lower. And I think you had the Isles higher than I did.
Yeah, I had the Isles 11. I had the Avs 14.
Maybe the Jets. Habs Jets. Got a Canadian rivalry there.
Let's do that. And they both have the light blue up in there.
Yeah. Habs Jets 8-9. All right. Check. All right. Who's the 16? I had the Canucks there, but I don't think they're the 16.
Who else do we have?
God, I hate to say it, but I think we might be looking at Seattle because they kind of just eked in.
I'm okay with it. I was going to say honestly, and it sucks to say they were the first one that came to mind for me, but the Flyers.
Yeah, I think either because that was the discussion basically.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is our 15-16 for sure.
Yeah, I say go Seattle 15, Flyers 16.
Ooh, look at this. Sharks and Kraken.
Ooh,
Already
shit.
like that.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Possibility of an upset.
Yep.
And then, who do we have? Seattle and Philly at 16?
Yep.
Probably not going to upend Vegas.
No, that should not happen. I'm voting for Vegas, and I'm a Flyers fan.
Check. All right. And then, check. All right. All right, so we still have 3.
Arizona, St. Louis, the Canucks, Ducks, Isles. Am I missing somebody?
Let's see.
I have to be.
Vancouver, St. Louis, Isles, Kings,
The Kings. Okay.
Coyotes, and Ducks.
I'm higher on the Kings than you are.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can do a Kings-Ducks matchup? Two California teams?
What do you think, 7 and 10?
Yeah.
Let's go. Where did you have the Ducks?
So I had the Ducks 12. I had the Kings 5.
All right, so we'll do Kings at the 7, Ducks at the 10.
Okay.
Because I think I had the Ducks at 7.
Okay.
So I'll have them come down to you. Because then it looks like if the Ducks win, it's an upset.
Right.
On paper.
Right.
Right. Okay, so that gives us Ducks, gives us the Kings.
So we got...
At this point, I'm thinking that the Avs might be the 14 because we haven't talked about a lot about them.
So, yeah, we've got the Yotes, Blues, Canucks, and Avs left, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 left.
Okay.
Yotes, Avs, Isles, Blues, Canucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing? Vegas and Minnesota, Florida, Habs, Jets, Ducks. Did I forget to write somebody down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 here, but I've got 5 here. 1, 2, 3.
So we both had Winnipeg,
5.
Colorado, Seattle, Anaheim, the Isles, Habs, Canucks, Blues, Wild, Kings, Yotes, Vegas, Sharks, Panthers.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, we're short a team. That's why.
Oh, shit.
So
Okay.
That brings, I think, Boston over Washington.
I'm with it.
So then I guess Boston's got to be the 14.
Okay. I'm good with it. Yep. That's cool.
Bruins. So check. All right. Now we got the possibility of upsets, right? I feel like the Canucks should be that like gritty 13 or 12, right?
Okay. I'm good with it.
Which do you think?
I would go 12 because Johnny Hockey, him too, but Johnny Canuck's really grown on me.
Yeah. Canucks.
So they're off the table, which leaves Yotes, Avs, Isles, and Blues, right?
Right.
What slots do we still have left?
5, 13, 6, and 11.
I think the Avs should be 13. What's that matchup?
Gives them the Wild.
That's not terrible.
No, and
That's not a bad matchup.
It's the Avs are good enough that maybe they can pull off the upset.
Right.
But Minnesota should win.
You would think, yeah.
Right.
But it's not impossible.
Right.
Okay, so Yotes, Isles, Blues.
Where did you have the Isles?
I had them at 11.
So did I. Wait, I had them at 13. So the 11's open. Unless you think they're either the 5 or the 6.
No, I think 11's perfect. I don't think we should put them higher than either of us had them. Yeah. So we'll do that. And then 5 and 6. So that leaves the Yotes and Blues. What are the matchups for those?
So the 5 has the Canucks and the 6 has the Isles.
Okay.
So what do we got? Coyotes and Canucks or Coyotes and Isles? Orange versus blue if it's Isles and Coyotes.
So we've got, okay, it's Isles and... Who are the two teams that matchups again? My bad.
So Isles and Canucks.
Isles and Canucks.
Blues and Isles or Blues and Canucks? Or Coyotes, Canucks, Coyotes, Isles.
Fuck, a lot of blue there.
Yeah.
I would say... I would go Blues Canucks.
All right.
That feels like they're two of the more fun ones.
Yeah.
And then Arizona and the Isles.
Coyotes. All right. Arizona and St. Louis. All right.
See, just like that, we already got a bracket.
So reverse retro is Vegas at 1. San Jose. So I'll go matchups. The 1-16 matchup, Vegas and Philly. 8-9 is the Habs and the Jets. The 5-12 is the Blues and the Canucks. The 4-13 is the Wild and the Avs. 7-10 is the Kings and the Ducks. 6-11 is the Coyotes and the Isles. 2-15 is the Sharks and the Kraken. God, I like that.
I do too.
3-14 is the Panthers and the Bruins.
Okay, that worked out good.
Yeah, I like that.
There's some good matchups in there.
All right. So in the third and the alts, I've got the Whale Pride sweater listed as 1. They got to be in the tournament somewhere.
They do. I've got them at 2.
Okay, so like they're going to be either 1 or 2. All right, so the Whale Pride is in. Of course they are. All right.
I have your Suns at 1, the Classic Edition, the Barclays.
Technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I technically have them at 5, but
Okay.
There's no rhyme or reason to my thirds and alts.
Okay.
I was just writing them as they came to me.
I got you.
All right. My next one, I've got the Giants throwbacks.
I've got
NFL.
them too. I've got them at 10.
Okay, so they're in.
I've got the Milwaukee Bucks, the Ray Allens Classic
really?
Editions at 3.
Bucks Classic. I don't have those. Classic.
My seating here also might be a little wonky because this bracket's such a clusterfuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
yes,
here.
dude.
I've got the Padres City Connect.
I do too. I've got it. Actually, wait a minute. I have, spoiler, I've got it, just not in this bracket.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. Okay. So we'll come to that when we'll get to that when we get there.
Okay. I've got the Golden State Classic Editions from this year, the Run TMCs at 4.
Sir. Yes, sir. They're in. I have the Washington Nationals City Connect.
I've also got it, but not in this bracket.
Okay. All right.
Where did I leave off? 5 seed for me, Vancouver Canucks Flying Skates.
Dude, I wrestled with that. I just didn't want to do a double.
I know, but I'm like,
because then I would have had to take Johnny Canuck out.
Mm-hmm. This is one of, I don't have that many doubles. This is one of 2, I think.
All right. I got the Falcons throwbacks.
Oh, shit. I do not have that, but
Okay.
I would have had it if I had thought of it. So, yeah, all for that. Actually, that's perfect segue. 6 seed for me is the Miami Dolphin throwbacks.
Oh, I guess I didn't even realize that they had one somehow.
They still wear them a couple times a year, once or twice.
This one's going to be out there.
Yes.
We're going to have some work on this one.
Uh-huh.
All right. I got the Hawks City Edition.
I don't have that, but I like it. 7 seed for me, the Canes, Dueling Buttholes.
I don't have them. Canes. Alt. I got the Devs jersey.
I don't, but I wanted to try to work them in.
Fuck, we're in for it. This one's going to be some work.
Yeah, this is going to be a clusterfuck.
Yep.
8 seed, Baltimore Ravens, All Blacks.
No, I don't have those either. Ravens. Alt. I got the Mavs City Edition.
Got those at 9.
All right.
Hey, we found something.
Yeah.
Bengals Orange Alternates is my 11.
Some of these, like the Bengals, I had in my home, so that's why they didn't.
Right.
Orange Alt. That's why they didn't make it. I got the T-Wolf Statement Edition, the one with the neon green.
Fuck, I forgot that. I don't have that. I do have other stuff, but not that. Yeah, this is another one of the couple repeats I had. Blues 2017 Winter Classics that they have as the alts.
Blues Alt. Fuck, man. I got the Clips City Edition. Like, it has the rainbow in it.
Yep, I don't have that one.
Oof.
I believe my final repeat of the evening, the Anaheim Ducks, the orange.
Oh.
Mighty Ducks alt.
Ducks alt. I only didn't do that is because it's so similar to the reverse retro. But technically, I actually like the alt better than the reverse retro.
Agreed. But I mean, this will be easy too because a lot of the repeats we can just, you know.
I got the Astro City Connect.
Another bracket.
The NASA. Oh shit. Okay.
14 for me is the LA Rams, the white throwbacks with the yellow pant.
Rams alt. Fuck. I got the Angel City Connect.
I do not have that one.
Okay.
I've got the Detroit Pistons, the teal takeovers.
Oh wow. Oh, I got nowhere else to write. We are way off on these. Pistons. Those were the classic, right?
I believe so, yeah.
All right. I got the Wizard City Edition, the Bloom.
Okay. I don't have it. My 16 seed was the Stars Blackouts.
Oh, I didn't even think of those. Stars Blackouts. All right, and then my last one is the Royal City Connect.
Same story. Got it elsewhere.
All right, so let's start with what we do have in common. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, we do have 5? Okay.
Yeah, the Whale Pride, Giants Throwback, Suns Classic, Warriors Classic, Mavs City Edition.
Okay, I just didn't put the Mavs City Edition. I didn't mark that. Okay.
All right, so first question, are the Whale Pride sitting at 1 again, or does something overtake them?
I'm good with it. So I ended up by accident stumbling upon all of my 1 seeds being each one was one from the 4 major sports, and I didn't know that until I got to the defunct bracket, and I was like, well, I'll stick with that. But that doesn't have to happen. Right. I just kind of did that as a cool little, I mean, my bracket's not the final one, so look, they're the defending champ.
Yeah, they can't be any lower than 4, I think.
No, not at all. I'm okay with it because, I mean, look, it you know, rematch clause.
Yeah.
So there's that.
All right, so Wild Pride in. All right, I'm with the Suns being number 2. Like
totally
I said,
with it.
I didn't really have any rankings. Suns Classic.
Now, should we go? Since this is such a disaster, should we take the 5 that we agreed on and make those the top 5 seeds?
I think that makes the most sense.
Agreed. So, you didn't really seed yours, right?
Right.
Of the Run TMCs, the Mav Cities, and the LTs, Giants, which one do you like the best?
I think I like the Giants throwbacks the best.
Okay.
There was a lot going there, though. Like, there's a lot of nostalgia.
For sure.
like seeing them again for the first time in however long, I was like, oh my God, they're so pretty.
Dude, they are. They are. And you don't know what you got till it's gone. Cinderella. Yeah. I'm good with them being 3.
Right. Go Giants throwback.
I think if we're going to do that, I think we go Run TMCs at 4.
Yeah.
And then Mavs City Editions at 5.
Warriors Classic. And then 5 is Mavs City Edition. All right. Now.
God damn, that paper has a lot of shit on it now.
Yeah.
So, do we want to just eliminate everything that we've already got? I think there was... I mean, I know I had a couple repeats in there. The Ducks, the Blues.
Yeah.
The Canucks as well. Look, the Flying Skates are my favorite hockey sweater of all time, but we've already got Johnny Canuck.
Yeah.
And the Flying Skate did get a crack at the tournament 2 years ago.
Yep.
So I think a good way of filtering it out is nixing those 3.
Right. So let's do that. Ducks, Blues, Canucks. I feel like a fool for not having the Stars blackouts. I don't know that they necessarily need to be a high seed, but I do think they should be in here.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, I had them as the 16. So, full disclosure, what I did, and a lot of this for me is because baseball doesn't give you a lot to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I went baseball heavy in the spring-summer bracket.
I see.
So
I filled it with MLS, USFL, XFL, and PBLA.
Okay, and see, yeah, so mine is it's exclusively MLS and MLB. There's a lot of MLS in there too.
Okay.
But that's all there is, and then there are a couple XFLs and USFLs in my defunct. So it just kind of depends on how you want to sort that out.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. A lot of this shit's androgynous. They could be fit anywhere.
Right.
You know, so which is good, but it's also that's where this exercise becomes cumbersome, is trying to figure out where to fit.
So before we tackle City Connects,
yep,
let's fill out some spots that we kind of were like, oh shit, yeah, I should have had that. I feel like the T-Wolves statement, the Devs jersey, the Dolphins throwbacks. The Bengals alts, because the Bengals, like I said, I had the Bengals like homes in the home tournament 5 hours ago. So
right, exactly.
I feel like if we don't have the Bengals somewhere in this tournament, we're failing.
For sure. So that gives us a handful.
Yeah. Bengals probably got to be in the upper 8 though, right?
Bengals, Dolphins. Yeah, I think the Bengals and Dolphins should both be up there because those Merinos are exquisite.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves.
I think maybe the T-Wolves statements can be in the bottom half, I think. Somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think they're like a 15 or 16. I feel like they're a sneaky 12, 13.
That's what I was thinking, 13-ish, somewhere in there. Actually, 13 gets you, what, the 4? Would that be them against the TMCs?
Yeah.
Do you want to just go ahead and do that or hold off?
Let's do that. Wolves statement. Because they could be sneaky or they could get worked.
Right.
That could go either way.
So, what are the forget ones? I've got the Bengals, Dolphins, and the Stars blackouts. Was there another one?
The Devs jersey. Because I don't have the Devs elsewhere.
Yeah.
And
so
they won the first one.
Yeah, they've got to be in there. They were another one, and again, same thing. I had them in the homes. And I didn't think about that at the time. Okay, so Stars blackouts. Do we want to put them against?
Ooh.
What do you got?
If we put them at the 12, it's Dallas versus Dallas.
Boom. Okay, that solves that.
It's the Mav City edition versus the Stars blackouts.
Fuck yeah.
It's kind of mean, but also it's a good matchup.
Yes, and it gets a Dallas out of the way early.
Yep. All right. So we already got 4. We already got 5. Maybe the Dolphins here at 6.
That's what I was just going to say. Do you like the Dolphins or the Bengals better? I prefer the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Because throwback.
Yeah.
But I am definitely okay with the Bengals being a 7 or an 8 also.
Let's put the Bengals at the 7. Bengals, orange alt.
So we basically have the top half filled out.
Yep.
What do we have? Because I'm looking at a matchup for the devs.
Okay.
Since we know we have them in.
I don't think. So the jersey, like I know I've grown on it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a 16 or a 15, but it is somewhere down there.
Yeah, about a third. It's kind of like where the T-Wolves are.
Right.
Who's the 5?
Well,
we already have the 5-12.
So, I mean, they're not a 15. So I guess the next available is the 11.
Okay. I mean, I'd be all right with that.
I mean, again, it's a sweater that shouldn't advance far, but
that gives them the
Dolphins throwback.
That's not bad.
Probably they get worked, but
probably, but it's not insurmountable.
Right.
All right, so that's them.
All right. I do feel like we got to have the Canes somewhere, right? Now, when you talk about the Canes double buttholes, is that...
That's the gray and black one, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I feel like we kind of need that one.
Little hurricane warning flags. They look like buttholes for some reason on that sweater.
Yeah, they're definitely not a 15. I guess they got to go at the 10.
That would put them against...
the Bengals.
I mean, that could go either way. Yeah. I mean, the Bengals are a slight favorite, so 7-10 sounds fair.
Right.
I'm good with it. I mean, because what else is available? They're
not a 14, 15, or 16.
No, they're not. So
I mean, we could put them in the 8-9, but
I think that's too high.
The 8-9 is essentially the same as a 7-10, if you ask me.
Right.
So, all right. So Canes alt. All right. So who else we got out here?
That's what I say. What else is left?
The Pistons Classics. Where were you? Because I know you didn't have them. Where were you on the? Oh shit. Maybe we should come back to the rest of these, because depending on where these City Connects fall, because if they end up, because
that's a good call.
We both have some of these.
Yep,
they're going to be in the tournament. Just depends on where.
Yeah, because I'm pretty heavy baseball in the spring summer bracket.
Right. So let's move to spring summer.
Okay.
I know you got this one. You have to. I got Charlotte FC.
Yes.
Those purples.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll start at the top of my bracket again, just for the hell of it. St. Louis Cardinals, the Baby Blues.
Ooh. No. I got nowhere to write. Cards. Baby Blues. All right, I'm going to stay with soccer here, staying at the top. Nashville SC, the Man in Blacks.
Oh, fuck yeah, Johnny Cash.
Yep.
I mean, they've made it before, but Phillies Powder Blues, the Mike Schmitz.
Phillies Powder Blues. Again, I don't have any baseball in this, so.
Yeah, we just had baseball in different brackets.
Staying in soccer, I got the Portland Timbers new
Absolutely.
kit.
3 seed for me, I had the Minnesota United Northern Lights.
Yes, sir. Boom. All right, I've got the LA Galaxy's new kit, I think it's their city flag.
I did not have that one. Okay. I did not. I did entertain it, though. Kansas City Royals, the Powder Blues.
The Royals were somebody I had in the home.
I just realized I lied that I had one more repeat. It's the fucking Royals.
Powder Blues. You got some Powder Blues here.
I love Powder Blue, man.
I got St. Louis City FC. They're the pink one.
Oh no, shit.
Okay.
I forgot about that one. Fuck. The Seattle Sounders, the Bruce Lees.
Oh, I guess not. Sounders. Bruce Lee. All right. I got the Michigan Panthers.
I don't, but I'm all. I'm. You know how I feel about those.
Yeah.
Astro City Connects.
Okay, so I got that.
And I know you got those. So.
All right. The Philadelphia Stars.
I do not.
Oh.
Do you want me to just mention? So I've got. You had the Padres City Connects as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got them, and then you also mentioned the Royals, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I've also got them and the Nats, so that clears out some for me.
Okay.
I've got all of those. I also have the Rockies City Connects.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Rockies City Connect. All right. I got the Trenton Terror from the PBLA.
Oh, fuck, dude. I don't, but absolutely yes. Tampa Bay Devil Rays throwback. I saw they're bringing those back
Devil Rays
as an alternate this year.
I got the Hampton Hammerheads.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna lie. PBLA slipped my brain, which I sorely regret. So the last one I've got after dumping out the City Connects we both had is the Minnesota Twins, the new home whites.
I entertain that.
Okay.
Homes. All right, so I'll just obviously you don't have these. I got the Seattle Sea Dragons from the XFL this year, Vegas Vipers, Charlotte Bootleggers, St. Louis Battlehawks, New Orleans Breakers, and the Houston Gamblers. All right, so let's start with the four that we all both have. We've got Charlotte FC, Nashville SC, Portland Timbers, and Minnesota U. All right, so those have got to be the top four, right?
Yeah,
since we both had them.
For sure.
And I think Charlotte's got to be the one.
I'm with it.
Because they were the first team I thought of.
Me too. I say, so we had Minnesota, Portland, and who else?
Nashville.
Minnesota 2, Portland 3, Nashville 4, I think.
All right.
And this is a Timbers fan.
United FC.
I am going to run to the little boys' room real
All
quick.
Right.
So I don't end up doing the full-blown dance.
SC. And last but not least is the Timbers 4 seed is the Timbers. So there's going to be some discrepancies here as we try to round out the other 12. Because there's ones that he has that I had elsewhere. We have 5 spots left in the thirds and alts, and we have 12 spots left in the spring summer. And over the next day or two, I will go to our site. Wow. For some reason, the name of the site is escaping me, but it's okay. But I'll go to it, and the bracket itself will be up on legionofstupid.com, and you'll be able to start voting hopefully tomorrow, but I would count on at least by the end of the week. It does take a little while to, sort through, like, basically got to sort through all this information and decide who goes where, and figure out which ones are, like, technically the top seeds and whatnot. So
all right, we're back.
We've got a lot of space to fill.
Yes.
Because we only got 4 from the spring summer. So let's start with the City Connects, because there's 4 that we both had: Astros, Padres, Royals,
Nats.
and Nats. So those 4 are in. They got to go in this tournament somewhere.
Right.
I'm inclined to go with the City Connects going into the thirds alts.
Okay.
And then your other, we can come up with the other baseball stuff for spring summer.
Right.
Right?
That works for me.
Because then we've got 5 spots left in thirds and alts.
Okay.
So, then
so
that
we
gives
just have one more to fill.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So, well, the pods have got to be, because the 8 is the top seat available. The pod's got to be that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
The Padres City Connect is exquisite. I actually saw one of those out in the wild. A kid at my
Really?
son's school was wearing it. I was like,
Hell yeah.
wow.
Damn right, dude.
Connect. All right. So the pod, I feel like the Royals would probably be next, right? Royals are the Astros. Like the Nats, I like the Nats. I don't think the Nats are the 16, but I think they got to be the 15. Because we got 16, 15, 14, and 9.
I'm good with the Royals being 9 for sure.
Okay.
The Astros beat the Phils in the World Series, so fuck them.
City Connect. All right. And then we got 14, 15, and 16 for the Nats and the Stros.
Okay. I think Stros should definitely be 14. I mean, that is great, even though I hate them.
That's a good matchup. They got the Giants throwbacks. Astros City Connect. And then that gives us. So the Nats aren't the 16, are they?
I don't think so. I mean, we both had them.
Yeah.
So even though we had them in different places.
Nats City Connect. And then for the 16, I don't think they're technically a 16 seed, but we probably should have. Well, I mean, you've got the Ravens alts. I mean, the first thing I'm looking at is the Bucks Classic. The Ray Allens.
I'm good with that. That gets another basketball in too.
Bucks Classic.
And we're probably going to be limited in the basketball that we have elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm good with it.
All right. And so before we start tackling your baseballs, I feel like the Trenton Terror's got to be in here, right?
Them and the Hammerheads. I mean, come on. It has to be.
For sure. I mean,
and that's my fuck up because I forgot entirely about the PBLA. I'll own that shit. The Trenton Terror and the Hampton Hammerheads for sure. I think they're both fairly high seeds too.
Yeah. So
I mean, a little
highest available is 5.
You know how I feel about the Terrors.
Yes.
I mean, and that's why when you said that, I immediately went, oh, fuck, because they might have been a 1 seed for me, dude.
So let's put them at the 5 then. They were on my list, and it was a misstep on your part.
Oh, 1,000%, dude. Now I would have had the Hammerheads high, too.
Maybe the 7?
I'm good with that, yeah. That feels about right. That feels like we're giving them like a nod, but it's not egregiously home turf-y.
Right. All right, so now, would the bootleggers have even come across your plate?
Had I thought of the PBLA, they would have.
Okay, so they're in the combo then.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do we want to do? Because you've got baseball, I've got XFL and USFL. Now, to be fair, I do have both of them in my defunct league too.
That's where I've got USFL and XFL making an appearance.
So, do you have XFL and USFL that are in the current iterations there too, or?
So the XFL I have is not.
Okay.
The USFLs are.
Okay. All right. So then let's leave USFL out of this for now. Let's tackle bootleggers and then let's tackle baseball. Are the bootleggers in?
Do we want to tentatively
1,
put
2,
them
3,
15
4,
or 16?
5, yeah. You know what? Let's put them at the 16. That gives us a Charlotte matchup.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that's perfect.
That gets them in.
Yes.
But they probably have an early exit.
Yeah. And Charlotte FC is a fucking deserving 1 seed.
Yeah. All right, so the bootleggers. All right, now let's tackle some of these baseballs. Actually, let's look at because the Sounders Bruce Lees are something I thought I had. I can't believe I didn't. So let's get the Sounders in here.
And we've already got...
We've got Charlotte. We've got the Timbers. We've got
Nashville and Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we got available?
So we've got the 8-9 still open.
Now, were the Bruce Lees, was it one of those kind of like the Terror for me where they just
an oversight?
Yeah.
I think I was trying to be too cute getting USFL and XFL stuff in.
Okay, because I was going to say it. I mean, when I was putting them together, they were a 6 in my spring and summer bracket, but I didn't know if it was like an oversight or
I think the 6 is a good spot. Well, I guess it also depends on where you sit with St. Louis City FC, the pink ones.
They are good, and I had managed to forget about them. I mean, I probably prefer the Bruce Lees, but I think that's also because they're just unique and different.
Well, what do you think about the Bruce Lees versus the pink St. Louis Cities at the 8-9?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because that gets them both in.
Yeah.
Sounders.
And then St. Louis FC. Fuck yeah.
St. Louis City FC. All right, now let's look at these baseballs because we got the 12, 13, 10, 6, 11, and 15 and 14. So there's plenty of spots.
How many do we have? Because I was going to say this. The Phil's Powder Blues have been in there before. Okay. So if we need an easy cut, and they're my absolute favorite of the Phil's wardrobe, but they've been here before.
Right.
So
we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that doesn't even tackle any of my USFLs or XFLs. And at this point, I think we lay down the LA Galaxy. They're out.
I think the only baseball that I'm not going to say I would fight for, and it feels gross even, man, okay, maybe there's 2.
I don't know, man. So the Royals Powder Blues, they officially made the announcement that they're wearing them this year.
Opening day, yeah.
I feel like we should have them in here.
That's why
maybe the 6.
That's why I went with the ones I went with. Yeah, I'm cool with putting those as high as they can go. I love those.
Royals Powder Blue.
And then the other one I was looking at aside from the Royals Powder Blue is the Cardinals. The Blues,
yeah,
with the St. Louis on it. Those are fucking. I mean, we've talked about them before. We both hate the Cardinals. I think they're one of those teams you're just kind of grossed out by if they're not your team. But goddamn, all their gear is fucking great, dude. And I think that's the best of the bunch.
The highest they can go is 10. But we've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15.
What are the matchups? Is there any good matchups?
All right, so St. Louis. I mean, if we put them at the 11, it's St. Louis versus Kansas City, the Royals. So Powder Blue versus Baby Blue.
Okay, and they're both Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so we will do Cards, Baby Blue at the 11. All right, I think we laid down the Rocky City Connect at this point.
Yeah.
I think we got some City Connect in here. I didn't know the Rays throwbacks were in. I
didn't either, and I saw it over the weekend when I was looking up shit when I was putting the bracket together, and I was like, yo. I also have I don't know if I mentioned this, the Marlins, the teal throwback, since they're bringing that back.
They're doing that too. I forgot.
I just realized I bypassed that when we were clearing through our nominees. So, for whatever that's worth.
And then you've also got the Twins homes, the new homes. All right.
And we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4.
3, 4. We got 5 matchup or
5 spots left. And how many? What do we got? 1, 2.
1, 2, and then you just said the Marlins Teals. So I mean, I guess maybe some of these XFL, USFL ones are still alive because we've got 2 extra spots. I mean, unless the LA Galaxy comes back from the dead.
Right. Yeah, because I've got 3 USFL.
Do you have either the Panthers or the Stars in your defunct?
I've got the Panthers. I love that thing, dude.
So we already got the 16. If you don't have the Stars, we could put the Stars at the 15 against Minnesota United FC.
I'm good with that because I don't have the Philly Stars, but
Philly Stars. Okay.
Do you have? Is it a current XFL or an original?
I got the the Battle Hawks, the Sea Dragons, and the Vegas Vipers.
Okay.
So I went current.
I got you.
Defunct ones in the defunct, like ones that didn't make either of the rebrands.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so let's get the Devil Rays in here before we lose spots. So they might lose, or they might beat the Hammerheads, but like there is something fun about Devil Rays versus Hammerheads.
Sea creatures.
Yeah.
I'm with it, dude. I'm with it. And they're both colorful teams. I like it.
Devil Rays throwback. All right, so we still got the 12, 13, 14 available. Do we want the new twins, the white home?
How many do we have to cut?
All right, we got twins home, 1.
Twins, Marlins.
Twins and Marlins, so 2. Neither. They're both in.
Oh, okay.
And we still need another one to fill the bracket out.
Okay. I feel like the Marlins are better.
Okay.
But that could also be nostalgia. But then again, what are the matchups? Are there?
So Marlins would, if we put Marlins highest available, they're against the Trenton Terror.
Okay.
Marlins. So the matchups would be Marlins Terror, Marlins Timbers, Marlins Nashville SC.
Okay. And see, yeah, that's kind of one of those where the matchups are kind of ambiguous. I would go Marlins highest available.
Okay. Marlins Teal.
And I think the Twins are probably, but see, what else do we want to work into the empty slot, quote unquote?
Yeah.
Because it just depends on what else there is. What did you have that I didn't? Because, I mean, there were a lot. I mean, we had the same concept. We just put shit in different brackets.
Mm-hmm. I mean, all that I'd have left, other than the Galaxy, if they're coming back from the dead, is the Sea Dragons, the Vegas Vipers, the St. Louis Battlehawks, the New Orleans Breakers, and the Houston Gamblers. So I put those, because they're current USFL teams, I put them here.
I've got the Breakers as well, but I have them.
So you've got them in.
I put them in the defunct.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll come back to that.
As well as the Panthers.
So you don't have the Gamblers?
I actually do have the Gamblers.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's my third original USFL team. Yep.
All right. So then, well, maybe we put one of the, just throw a bone to Dwayne here. Sea Dragons, Vipers, Battlehawks.
I was going to say, so of those, what do you, because I actually watched a little bit of XFL over the weekend. Of those, I go Sea Dragons, but I'm not.
Well, that gives us if we put them at the 13, it gives us a Seattle-Portland matchup against the Timbers.
Okay, Cascadia. I think that, okay. That oddly worked out perfectly, kind of.
And then we put the Twins homes against Nashville at the 14.
Okay. Nashville, Minnesota. Wild Preds.
All right. Boom and boom. All right.
All right. Fuck yeah.
Now we move on to the defunct. So we know we both have the Panthers, Michigan Panthers. I just had mine elsewhere. And then the New Orleans Breakers.
Yep.
And the Houston Gamblers.
Yep.
Right? All right. So I'm going to start here at the top, the Quebec Nordiques.
Yep.
Of course, right?
Absolutely. Houston Oilers.
Yep. Montreal Expos.
Yep. Seattle Supersonics.
Of course. Hartford Whalers.
Oh, yeah. So this is kind of ambiguous, but I've got the North Stars.
Oh, okay.
And I know that, again, that can be flexed because we already have the reverse retros, which is basically whatever.
I'll tell you why I didn't have them. Because even though I don't like the Dallas Stars, technically they kept the identity. So that was a deciding factor.
True.
Like
true.
the Deeks moving to Colorado, the Deeks are a defunct team to me because they didn't keep the
they
identity.
Don't have a team anymore and stuff. Right. No,
so
that
whereas
makes sense.
the Vancouver Grizzlies moving to Memphis, I wouldn't have Vancouver because the Memphis is still the Grizzlies.
I got you. No,
right.
That makes sense.
Speaking of Memphis, the Memphis Maniacs.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'll mention them because I did have them just because I love them. The Vancouver Grizzlies.
Okay.
But so just I'm throwing them out there just in case we end up needing somebody.
Right. I went baseball here. Seattle Pilots.
They just missed the cut for me.
Okay, so they were somewhere.
Washington Bullets.
Oh, okay. Again, that was because the Wizards.
Right.
I didn't.
And see, I didn't have the Wiz anywhere, so.
All right, time to get weird with some USFL here.
Yes.
Oakland Invaders.
They are cool. I don't have them, but I can be talked into them. Talk about weird. ABA, the Spirits of St. Louis.
I like it. I like that. Heavy St. Louis here.
Right?
I'm going to stay with my USFL here. Denver Gold.
I fucking wanted to put them in so bad. I didn't, but they're in. Fuck yeah. Las Vegas Outlaws.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
That was my original XFL, and they got the nod. Actually, I realized as I was doing this that I had two original XFL because I immediately went Memphis Maniacs once I got out of NHL. Mm-hmm. But I remembered He Hate Me, and I was like...
I almost had Las Vegas Outlaws. Almost.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at that uniform. I'm like, ooh, I actually really like it. And
It's
I was like,
not bad, dude.
Maybe I should... Well, and then I had I had 3 XFLs in my spring, summer, so...
Did you realize this was like a glass shatter moment for me with Hot Joe telling us about the Wild and the Bearhead? That thing on their helmet inside of the steer horns is an LV for Las Vegas.
Yes.
I didn't know that until this weekend. I was like, what the fuck? I was always wondering what the hell that shit was. Now I'm like, oh, God, I feel dumb as fuck.
That's fine.
So there's that, kids.
I'll come back to this hockey one, but I'll stay with my USFL weird. Jacksonville Bulls.
Ooh, I don't, but I like that. I like that. Atlanta Thrashers.
Yeah, man. Somebody came to the defense of the blue sweater in the comments.
What an idiot.
Said y'all are way wrong. And I was like, look, dude, I would accept defeat if it didn't say Atlanta down the sleeve.
Yes, I would like them. And
So-
we love you. Thanks for commenting.
Yeah.
But seriously.
All right, let's stay weird. Chicago Enforcers from the XFL.
I love it. I don't. I just thought of another one. Can I live suggest a team?
Sure.
Orlando Rage.
Dude,
Because I don't have it, but fuck it. Let's get goddamn weird.
I wanted to put them in. I couldn't find a place for them.
Fuck. Oh, I did this, and I couldn't believe I did it. Washington Redskins.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. It felt gross. I think that's all I've got since I dumped out the... Yeah.
Okay. My last couple here, Arizona Wranglers, the LA Wildcats from the second iteration of the XFL,
Okay.
and the Kansas City Scouts, and the California Golden Seals. Now...
I lied. I have the Seals, too. Never mind. I just didn't.
Okay.
Let me put a thing next to them. That's my bad.
All right. I was about to say, like, I don't want to, but we could dump them because we have the Sharks reverse retro. All right, so let's go over the ones that we have.
Yes.
The Deeks. I mean, no lower than the 4, right?
No, absolutely not. I think...
I really almost feel like no lower than the 3.
So for me, when I put this together, and this could... I went through the 4 major sports first and put down the first one that came to mind. My top 4 were the Oilers, Deeks, Sonics, Expos. I don't know if that's just an idea I'm throwing out. That's how I did it.
Well, I mean, 3 of those 4 were my first 4. I had the Deeks, Expos, and the Oilers.
Okay.
So, like, that's got to be the top 3, right?
I'm with it.
Now, what order is the question?
I had the Oilers 1, Deeks 2. Where'd you have the Oilers?
I had the Oilers at 4.
Put the I'd say Deeks 1.
All right, so let's go Deeks 1, Oilers 2.
We can do that.
Nordiques. 2, Houston Oilers. I'm geeked to find out these matchups.
Yes, dude. This is going to be a fun-ass bracket. And then 3, the Expos.
Yeah, 3, Montreal.
And then the Sonics would either have to be the 4 or the 5 then.
I'm with putting them at the 4.
Me too. What Sonics do you think of, though? Because I go with, like, the Sean Kemps, the 1990.
Yeah,
Not when they put the fucking red in there.
Right, like
Not that shit.
I think of the one with the arch.
The Detlef Shrimps, yeah,
Right.
me too.
All right, so Supersonics. All right, and then so that was your 4, and then I feel like the whale has got to be the 5.
I had him at 5.
Yeah, whalers.
Green or blue whale? What comes to mind in your head pictures first?
Green.
Same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so how weird do we want to get with the Maniacs? Because that's
Dude,
the next one that we have as a.
wasn't it here a couple weeks ago when I was looking up Memphis Maniacs jerseys?
Uh-huh.
I'm fine with them at the fucking 6, dude.
Let's do it.
I love them. I love that. I hate that I can't go back to being 13 and pick them as my XFL team because I was a Hitmen fan.
Yep.
Because it was like it's close to
Brett.
Philly, yeah, and it's an homage to Brett.
Yeah.
And I wish I could go back and fix that shit.
I mean, I had them at the 5, so it's not like they were just out of.
I have them at the 7, so yeah.
All right, and then the California Golden Seals. That's the next one that we both had.
I've got them at 8. I mean, we could put them. I definitely do think they should be in
The top half.
half. Yeah.
So do you think higher than 8, or just is because seeing what's still out there? Because we got to remember, I had the Breakers 2 elsewhere, the Gamblers elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. We have the Sharks, which is kind of pseudo the Seals. I'd say put them at 8.
Okay.
That way, yeah. Because they're already kind of quasi in here.
California Golden Seals. All right, and then the Thrashers. I feel like they can be low.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Technically, I had them at the 14, but
I had them as my 16.
you want to,
Compromise and do 15?
yeah. Ooh, I like that. Atlanta Thrashers and the Houston Oilers.
Oh, fuck yeah,
They're
dude.
probably going to get worked, but
Yeah,
it's a little bit of
it's fun.
recency bias. But all right, the Thrashers. All right, now let's work these XF or USFL teams. Let's see, the Breakers, Gamblers, and the Michigan Panthers.
Of those, which is your favorite?
Let's see, Breaker. I think the Panthers,
Same.
because that color scheme is 7.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, Michigan.
And this is the original Michigan Panthers. Oh, God, I love the remake, too.
They're both good.
Oh, fuck yeah,
That's
dude.
why I had them in the current.
Yep.
All right. So then Breakers
Breakers and Gamblers.
and Gamblers.
I think the Breakers are slightly better, but it's not by much. Especially that old Jim Kelly Gamblers. That's a good look, dude.
Let's see. So follow my stupid logic here.
Yep.
We have the California Golden Seals at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Something about them against the Breakers at the 9
Let's do it.
makes me happy.
Let's do it. Water
Yeah.
things.
I mean, that flies against your. And then I guess, USFL matchup. The Gamblers at the 10. That's the highest available.
Against the Panthers.
The Panthers.
Fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Houston Gamblers. All right. So
And
now,
then
I like your Spirits of St. Louis.
they're fucking cool,
A
man.
cool uniform. I didn't even think of the ABA.
So, what do we have matchup wise? The Maniacs. I think that'd be tough. Do we want to? The Sonics are there. Who else is it? The Whale.
Oh, man, all these are tough. The Deeks, the Whale, the Sonics, the Maniacs, and the Expos.
Fuck, man.
I mean, of all of them, they have the opportunity to upend, I think, the Maniacs. The Whale was going to be a tough out. They're a 5 just because of how strong the first 4 are.
Right. What about? So the Expos would be what, the 13 seed?
That would make them the 14.
Make them the 14. Okay. I mean, how high a seed do we want to make them?
Right.
Because I had I had them as my 10.
I didn't have them at all.
And to be fair, a lot of that's because it's heavy orange.
Right.
And it's like the logo's really, really 70s, and it's
It's a cool name, Spirits of St. Louis. That's just a cool name.
Right.
I mean, like I said, like, you hate to see them up against the Maniacs, but I think the Maniacs are the only ones that they have a chance against.
Let's do it.
I feel like they get worked everywhere else, and I don't think that's fair. All right. That I feel like the Las Vegas Outlaws got to be next because I was considering them, and honestly, I don't really have a reason why I didn't have them.
Then should we make them the lowest, since you didn't technically have them?
That gives them the deeks. Where they belong.
Yeah, them as a 60. I mean, they deserve to be here, but they probably shouldn't. They're not a Cinderella.
They could possibly eke it out if
right
people stack the box.
Right.
All right, so do we want more of my USFL weird, like the Invaders, the Gold, the Bulls?
The Denver Gold, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We've got the Sonics, the Whale, and the Expos left.
Right.
So the 12 seed, the 15 seed, and the 14.
Denver versus Seattle. Like, I remember the Nuggets and the Sonics had a rivalry.
Let's do that. Yeah, I like the Denver Gold, man. Let me just do a quick Google real quick. Oakland Invaders.
The logo is like the hand holding the lightning bolt.
Yeah, and there it is. Man, that looks good. So we've got that, and you had also the Jacksonville Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there's a lot of color going on there.
Yes.
Which is fucking cool. And then who else did you have? Jacksonville, Oakland.
Those were in the Arizona Wranglers.
Of those, Jacksonville Bulls.
Okay.
For sure. Arizona Wranglers.
I think they just kind of got in because I was being cute. USFL stuff.
No, their logo is great, dude.
Yes.
The branding iron. Mm-hmm. Good for them. Yeah, Jacksonville Bulls for sure. That's just a great time. What do we got left? The 12 and the 13.
Mm-hmm. So the Whalers or the Expos.
Jesus.
It's a tough out no matter what.
It is. And I kind of wanted to be like, give them the highest seed left, but I feel like they have more of a shot against the Expos just because I feel like the Whale's a buzzsaw for the first, 2 rounds.
Probably. Yeah. Like I said, they're a 5, but they could have been slotted anywhere in the top. So, okay, let's go Jacksonville Bulls at the 14. Give them a shot at the upset.
Yeah.
All right. So, I feel like the Wildcats are out. The Enforcers are out. The Wranglers are out. Right? So, what's available here? We got the Orlando Rage.
Fuck, that's right.
The Bullets, the Skins.
Get the racist out of here.
Yes. The KC Scouts, the Kansas City Scouts, the Grizzlies, and the North Stars.
So Grizzlies and North Stars, they can get out of here. All due respect, and I love them both, but you make a great point with they're more relocated than defunct, which leaves the Orlando Rage and who else?
And the Washington Bullets or the Kansas City Scouts.
Fuck, man. I say get rid of the Scouts.
Yeah.
I came in with the Bullets and didn't think of the Rage until 5 minutes ago, but for some reason now I lean Orlando Rage.
I mean, and that gives us another XFL in here. So let's do that. And I mean,
and they have a cool mad dude as a logo.
Yeah. And I mean, the likeliness of them overtaking the Whale it's slim, but who knows?
We get to put pictures of them up on the internet and talk about them for another week.
All right. So,
holy shit.
There it is. an hour 14, actually faster than usual, I feel like.
Yeah. And we had a lot more to work through this year.
Yeah. All right, so quick 116 matchups in the reverse retro, Vegas and Philly. The thirds alternates, it's the Whale Pride versus the Bucks Classics, the Rayons. In the spring summer, it's Charlotte FC versus the Charlotte Bootleggers. I like that, Charlotte matchup.
Yeah, dude.
And then, I got to change this to the defunct. The defunct is the Deeks versus the Las Vegas Outlaws.
Yes.
All right. The 8-9 matchups, the Habs versus the Jets in the reverse retros. The Padres City Connects versus the Royal City Connects. The Sounders Bruce Lees versus St. Louis City FC. That's a fun one.
Fuck yeah.
The California Golden Seals against the New Orleans Breakers in the defunct. The 5-12 matchups, the Blues versus the Canucks in the reverse retro. The Mavs City Editions versus the Stars Blackout. Dallas versus Dallas. Trenton Terror versus Marlins Teal, and the Whalers against the Orlando Rage. And then in the 4-13 matchup, it's the Wild versus the Avs. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, dude.
That one could go either way. It should be the Wild. That's why they're the 4, but who knows?
Yep.
Who knows who votes? The Warriors Classic, the Run TMCs versus the Wolves Statement. That's the one with the neon. In the spring summer, it's the Timbers versus the Seattle Sea Dragons. Cascadia. And then we sort of did it again in the defunct. It's the Seattle Supersonics versus Denver Gold. Seattle at the 4.
I love that the Denver Gold made it in.
Again, I was being really cute with that defunct.
No, they almost made it for me, but I was like, nah.
Remind me to show you a team that the Raleigh-Durham Skyhawks from the World League almost made mine.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's actually a cool uniform, but I was like, there is no way Corey has this.
I'm going to look them up right now while you're reading those to the people, actually.
The 7-10 in the reverse retro is the Kings versus the Ducks. That we got a California matchup there. The Bengals Orange Alts versus the Canes Alt. The Hampton Hammerheads at the 7 taking on the Devil Rays Throwbacks.
Yes.
The Michigan Panthers versus the Houston Gamblers. We have a USFL matchup there in the defunct. The 6-11, the Coyotes versus the Isles. The Dolphins Throwbacks versus the Devs Jersey. Go Devs. The Royals Powder Blues versus the Cards Baby Blues. And then the Memphis Maniacs versus the Spirits of St. Louis. God, what is wrong with us? In the reverse retros, the 2-15 matchup, the San Jose Sharks versus the Seattle Kraken. The Suns Classic versus the Nat City Connect. The Minnesota United FC versus the Philly Stars. And the Houston Oilers versus the Atlanta Thrashers. And last but not least, the 3-14 matchup, the Panthers versus the Bruins, the Giants Throwbacks versus the Astros City Connect, Nashville SC, the Man in Black ones versus the Twins New Homes, the Montreal Expos versus the Jacksonville Bulls. Boom. I'll get up on our, I don't know why I can never remember the name of the site, but the tournament site, and I'll put that bracket together maybe tonight, most likely tomorrow. It does take a little while to put that thing together.
Yes, so, it does. It does.
I mean, at least all the seating is done. It's just going to be, figuring out what is like the one overall. And, we'll talk about that off air. But what do you think of our bracket? We're going to do round 1 next week, possibly live.
Yes.
But for sure, right here on YouTube, hit the subscribe button if you want to jump in. I understand that it's long, it's lengthy, and I'm sorry if you're bored out of your mind, but this shit is fun.
Oh my God,
for
dude.
us.
Yeah.
If you can't tell that it is like crack cocaine.
It's the best, dude. And like when you're putting everything together and you see the matchups side by side, it's like, yo.
Yeah. So hopefully soon on legionofstupid.com, the bracket will be up, and I'll try to do like last year and put up images so you can look at everything before you vote. So voting should be available by the end of the week.
Yes.
So hopefully voting will be like over the weekend. So boom, think of that. I am bummed that the Preds didn't get to make it in, but
we'll find them. We'll get them in next year. Because
we just did the 180 on them. So
yeah, literally.
Subscribe, rate, comment, and now that the actual pod versions, are on YouTube again, you can do that here.
Yeah.
Giving us a like would be awesome. A comment, let us know, what you think the underdog of the year is, what you think the Cinderella team is going to be.
Yes.
Let us know your favorites, your least favorites, however you want to do it.
Yep, and for the record, inaugural Gear Madness champion was the New Jersey Devils,
That's
the
right.
Homes, and last year's defending champion is the Connecticut Whale Pride Sweaters.
Yes.
So just so you know.
And also, it's worth your time looking up the Whale Pride sweaters for this year, which I still got to show you.
Yep.
They are fantastic. I couldn't work them in because we already had the defending champs in.
Right.
So. I actually did. That's more later. I did have more PHF in my home division, but with that, holy hell, Gear Madness 2023 suckers. That's the wrong. Here we go again. Topic. There we go. In this.